Good evening. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. I got dancing dogs in the background, so enjoy that. I like them more than I like you still. I saw this hype train post from James Freeman. Holy shit, Justin is covering some insane stories, right? This tops Leon Valley. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be something unbelievable you've never seen before. This is going to be the good stuff. This is going to be the stuff that, got you into watching these videos in the first place. This is going to be some top tier tyranny. Well, here's the fat ginger lesbian. And his story runs off the rails very quickly. So it's the Civic Center. It is the Lake Jackson Civic Center where Richard Foreman, who is a captain at the Brazoria County Sheriff's Department, he's running to be the elected sheriff. He's having an event there at the Civic Center to raise money to become sheriff. And John Gray is his most vocal opponent. Everything else you hear out of this fat lying ginger lesbian's mouth is a lie. John Gray did not RSVP. There was no RSVP. There's nothing like RSVP. This is stupid. It's not public. He was trespassed from a private event. The officers, off-duty officers, walked up, asked him to step outside to avoid having a situation there in the room, to avoid having him become unhinged there in the room. Obviously, he decided to become unhinged, so they took him outside. Well, let's address this point by point. Was it a private event in a private location? Yes, it was. This is the Civic Center for Lake Jackson, Texas. You can see there is rate information. There is a rental agreement form. Oh, would you look at this? Here are the rates, standard rates for, the two terrace rooms is $1,000 for all day or $60 an hour. Great. You got to include time for breakdown and setup, include teardown and cleanup time, right? And you got to have a $200 rental and a $200 deposit or something like that. Doesn't really matter. Don't really care. This dude rented it. Was it free to get in? Well, this is Richard Foreman's website. This is for the specific fundraiser and dinner to be held on January 16th, which was the date this shit show went down. From 6 to 10. Oh, look, your $10 donation will get you entry into the event and dinner. $10 to get into the event and dinner. $10 to get entry into the event and dinner. That's pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. What about assault? Well, this is the penal code for Texas. This did happen in Texas, so I'm going to just go ahead and assume that the Texas Penal Code applies. Look, justification is a defense. It is a defense to prosecution that the conduct in question is justified under this chapter. Who knows if these guys were off-duty cops? I think they were. They were probably off-duty deputies. But let's see, even if they weren't, let's go ahead and look up protection of property. Oh, here's subchapter D, protection of property. Let's look at protection of a third person's property. A person is justified in using force against another to protect land or tangible, movable property of a third person if, under the circumstances as he reasonably believes them to be, the actor would be justified under Section 9.1 or 9.2, or 9.41 or 9.42 in using force or deadly force to protect his own land or property. And, well, let's look at 941. 942 would be deadly force. There was no deadly force. But protection of one's own property, a person in lawful possession of land or tangible movable property is justified in using force against another when and to the degree the actor reasonably believes force is immediately necessary to prevent or terminate the other's trespass on the land. So he can use the force necessary to terminate the trespass. Well, let's continue on. So it has to be, there's an and here. So now we have to satisfy Section 1 or Section 2. Section 1 is the actor reasonably believes the unlawful interference constitutes attempted or consummated theft of or criminal mischief to the tangible movable property. Nope, that doesn't apply. Or the actor reasonably believes that he has a legal duty to protect the third party's land or property, or the third person has requested his protection of the land or property. So either these guys were requested by or they believed they had a legal duty to protect that land. So there you go. There's a trespass from a non-public place for a non-public event. Just because it's open to the public doesn't mean that you can get in there without a ticket. You got to pay to play. Just like a movie, just like going to a park, anything else in life. This was stupid. You did no investigation for an investigative journalist. You just parroted what John Gray said, and then you threw in your own little innuendos about potential violence the police could have done. And you don't understand the law. You don't understand why these guys are like, nah, son, you ain't getting this here. Nah, son. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.